Tom Brady and Peyton Manning's last ever duel was in the AFC Championship Game exactly 10 years ago, and the two QBs combined for 88 pass attempts, 3 turnovers, and both averaged a measly 5.5 yards per attempt. The defenses ruled the day. The Patriots and Broncos meet again in this year's AFC Championship Game, and once again, the defenses will dominate.
Set, go!
Neither legendary QB could muster up more than 2 touchdowns in this game, and the Broncos won 20-18, going on to win Super Bowl 50 against the Carolina Panthers. 10 years later, the Patriots and Broncos are set to clash in another AFC Championship game, and this time doesn't feel too different. Both teams are armed with elite defenses and have strikingly similar philosophies and tendencies to their 2016 counterparts. Before we dive deep into the film, please remember to like and subscribe. It really helps the channel. Be sure to let me know who you think will pull out the W between the Broncos and the Patriots this weekend down in the comments. We really appreciate all the support. And with that, let's get down to business. The 2026 versions of the Broncos and Patriots defenses are so closely tied to the coaching and schemes of the 2016 versions of themselves. In 2016, Belichick was still the head coach, and current New England head coach Mike Vrabel won 3 Super Bowls playing for Belichick on the Patriots in 01, 03, and 04. He started his own coaching career in 2011 and has brought Belichick principles into the modern era with multiple fronts and situational risk-taking. The Broncos had Wade Phillips as their defensive coordinator in 2016, who blitzed at the second highest rate in the league and played man at the third highest rate. Now Vance Joseph, a known Phillips disciple, has the 2026 Broncos defense playing man at the second highest rate and blitzing at the third highest rate. So today, we'll rewind the 2016 AFC Championship Game to help us predict the outcome in 2026. The Patriots get the ball first and are forced off the field with a simple 2-man stunt by the Broncos' defensive line. Denver's ability to affect Brady with significant pressure while playing man coverage would become a theme in this game. Peyton Manning and the Broncos came out hot and dink and dunked their way down the field with the help of a very questionable holding call on a 3rd and 6 near midfield, and 11 plays and 83 yards later, the Broncos went up 7-0. But this was the best either offense would look all day. There were 3 consecutive 3-and-outs, but then the Patriots defense made a play near the end of the first quarter. Jonathan Freeney should be rushing in a pretty stereotypical 4-man pressure with a hybrid man-zone coverage behind it. But he notices the running back leaking out to the flat and decides to follow. In a wonky late throw, Manning swings it out to the back and it falls incomplete, or so it seems. It's actually a fumble, and Freeney is there to secure the recovery. 2 plays later, the Patriots tie the game from a few yards out, but Gostowski misses his first extra point in 523 attempts. This has major implications for the outcome of the game, so remember this moment. After the first big play was made by the Patriots defense, it was the Broncos defense that owned the second quarter. They had 2 interceptions on Tom Brady, both on New England's side of the field. Von Miller had the first pick on Brady. He's positioned along the edge in his normal alignment and gets a huge chip on Gronkowski. Brady assumed Von was going to rush the passer still and didn't anticipate him dropping into coverage. Von has inside leverage at first, but then bursts outside to jump the passing lane and make the interception. If you watched an earlier Broncos video by us, this looked a lot like the Broncos' edge rushers in their current-day defense. On the second Brady interception, the Broncos go back to their trusty 2-man stunts with man coverage again as DeMarcus Ware cuts off the left guard, leaving a straight runway for Malik Jackson to hurry Brady. Darian Stewart is in perfect coverage to help the linebacker in man on the running back and gets the pick plus a return of 8 yards. From here, it's a kicking fest until we reach the fourth quarter. It featured more of the same suffocating defense from Belichick's crew and Phillips' gang. The field goals came from the punter or a special teams unit on either side flipping field position, or fluke plays like a 3rd and 12 first down scramble by a 39-year-old Peyton Manning. No drive lasted longer than 50 yards. That is, until the Patriots finally broke through in the final frame. Tom Brady led the Patriots on 3 long drives in the fourth quarter, but only the last one ended in points. The first two drives both ended on downs and both on brilliant play calls from Wade Phillips. The first is a 4th and 1, and if you remember from earlier in the video, we talked about the 2016 Broncos playing man coverage at extremely high rates. Josh McDaniels, the Patriots offensive coordinator, dials up a perfect man-beating concept. He brings Julian Edelman behind the line of scrimmage because it will out-leverage the man coverage from Aqib Talib to the opposite flat, but a few Broncos make clutch plays that force a stop. First, DeMarcus Ware pounces off the line of scrimmage and is in Brady's face immediately, hurrying him. Second, Chris Harris Jr. reads this the whole way and doesn't follow his guy in man coverage. He actually waits on his original side and crushes Edelman as soon as he catches it, forcing the turnover on downs. The second Patriots drive of the fourth quarter ended on a 4th and 6 in the red zone. This time, the Broncos break tendency again and play split field coverage in cover 6. The Patriots are expecting man coverage again on this critical down, so they dial up a whip route, a crosser, an angle route, and some clearouts to try and get an advantageous matchup. DeMarcus Ware again shoots across the line at the snap, and Brady doesn't have enough time for any of the man-beating routes to settle into a zone window. The last Patriots drive of the game did end in a touchdown, but they needed a 2-point conversion to be able to tie it up with under 15 seconds left because of the earlier missed extra point. On the touchdown play, Gronk was able to beat his man coverage and the extra defender for the score. On the 2-point conversion play, Brady actually has Gronk open again going to the back pylon, but tries to force it into Edelman because of the pressure, and it falls incomplete. The Broncos relied on their tight man coverage on back-to-back plays, and it earned them a trip to Super Bowl 50. Going into this 2015 AFC Championship game, no one gave the Broncos much of a chance. Brady was in his prime still, and Manning was on his way out. Let's flash all the way back to today, though. The Broncos and the Patriots meet again in the AFC Championship game, and once again, there's not many people that think the Broncos have a fighting chance. But I think these two teams are reliving the AFC Championship game they played just 10 years ago. Nick Bonito and Jonathan Cooper are the modern-day DeMarcus Ware and Von Miller. Patrick Surtain and Riley Moss are the modern-day Chris Harris Jr. and Aqib Talib. Vance Joseph is a main Wade Phillips disciple. I think the Broncos, led by an elite secondary and an elite 4-man pass rush, will take down the Patriots to advance to the Super Bowl. Even with Nick out and Stidham in, I think the Broncos' defense will force multiple turnovers, and when the game is on the line, they will be the ones making the plays. Thanks for watching this episode of Off the Edge, a Life in the Stands production. If you like the content, remember to like and subscribe. It really helps the channel. We really do appreciate all the support, and remember to let me know down in the comments who you think will win this weekend between the Broncos and the Patriots. Until next time, defense!